Hi, my name is Mark, and I am your librarian. And the reason why I am talking to you today is because I'm going to share some of the research databases that are available to you as a Spokane Public School student. Your teacher has probably assigned you some research project, and the school and the community pay a lot of money to make it so that you have easy access to more credible information than just going onto Google and digging around in that giant pool of information. But in order to access that information, you have to prove that you're a Spokane Public Schools student. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, understand that this is a video, and which means that if I go too fast, you can pause and you can rewind and you can listen to what I say again, and that will make it easy for you to stay with me. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do is to prove that you're a Spokane Public Schools student. You do that by logging into Clever, which is a icon right on your desktop. When you double click that, it'll take you to this page where it says, hey, you clicked on Clever. Does that mean you want to log into Clever? And you say, yes, I want to log into Clever. You click that little white thing that'll show up on your screen, and then it'll bring you to this list of icons down here at the bottom where it says Spokane Public Library. As soon as I click on that, it is going to reveal to me what my public library card number is. And so you want to write that down, or you want to right click it and copy it or something, because you have to use that number in order to access all of these databases. Okay, so let's go to the SpokaneLibrary.org site. Once we get here, you can see up at the top it says Digital Branch. This is the digital version of the library. We're going to go to Research Databases and Articles. And I'm going to click on Show All so that it doesn't hide any of them from me. If I hit show all, make sure that we can see them all. So the first one I want to show you is way down here at the bottom in the O's. It's the opposing viewpoints in context. You can see how even that name probably indicates that it's a good search tool for what you are looking for, because you are looking for opposing viewpoints. So if I click on that, it will show up here and it'll say, hey, you need your library card number in order to access this. So at this point, I would copy or paste my public library card number. Then it will come up and show me this. Now I'm going to use the search term that's at the top of the list of the assignment that I'm looking at right now, which is mandatory voting, just because it's an easy one to search. And if I type in mandatory voting, then you can see that it says, yes, we have 7 viewpoint articles, we have 1 reference article, we have 1 like probably table of statistics, we've got 13 magazine articles and 70 newspaper articles. And let's just click on magazines for giggles. Once I click on that, you can see that there's 1 from the National Review, 1 from the New York Times, 1 from the Canadian Parliamentary Review. So it's a wide range of articles coming from all over the political spectrum. You can see that I can change the content level if I want, or the type of article. I can change a lot of things within here. I can also sign into Google or sign into my Office 365 account. I can add those to my drive actually directly from here. I can also click on an article, and up here it'll show me how to cite this particular article in MLA8 format. So there's all sorts of ways that you can use these Gale products with not just your Office 365 account, but also in showing you how to cite things. Okay, the next one that I want you to go to is called Global Issues in Context. So if you went back to the library page and you clicked on Global Issues in Context, it'll bring up this. You can see that Global Issues in Context and Opposing Viewpoints in Context look very much alike. That's because they're from the same company. They're both from Gale. And one of the cool things about that is that once you get into either one of them, you can actually pull down this menu and you can say, hey, I don't want to just search Global Issues in Context. I don't want to search just Opposing Viewpoints in Context. I want to search both of those simultaneously. And as soon as you do that, you'll see results from both of those databases at the same time. So just by comparison, you know, this opposing viewpoints in context, remember, if we go back, this is the results, this is what it looked like, and global issues in context with the same term, mandatory voting, brought up 45 viewpoints, 6 magazine articles, and 192 news articles, and those will obviously be from all around the world. Okay? The next database that I'm going to show you is the ProQuest eLibrary. ProQuest eLibrary is sort of like ProQuest, but it is a little bit more high school friendly. When I go to eLibrary, it looks like this. I can type in mandatory voting, and you can see that it's going to bring up 32,000 results. So it is a little bit like ProQuest in that you have to limit your searches, you have to learn how to you know, limit things in a way that, and I'll show you a video that can help you with that later on. But even out of these 32,000, you can see right here at the top there's this nice graphic that shows where mandatory voting exists all in countries all over the world. So that's some interesting information that I can use. Again, it tells me how to cite things. I can save it to the cloud. So this eLibrary is pretty slick. Another one that that might be helpful if you're finding some of the reading a little too academic, if you're finding the searching is a little bit too difficult, you can look to SIRS Discoverer. So if I click that and then sign in with my Spokane Public Library card number, then SIRS Discoverer will come up and it looks like this. And you can see that I can type in mandatory voting, and its scope is not quite so big. So here I've got a bunch of articles, many of which are about mandatory voting. You can see that it tells you the reading level there. You can change the source type if you're only looking for references or magazine articles. You can change the grade level if you like. So you're not going to find nearly as much, but some of it might be easier to read. Okay, and I think that's all I'm going to show you for today. The only other one is one that is not accessible through this public library, but one that's available to you just by typing in All Sides and going to their site. All Sides is a great site that shows you news stories from the day that are from all over the political spectrum, and you can say that they have this nifty thermometer, so that it tells you if it's, you know, left leaning or all the way to the left or all the way to the right or from the center. If we click on that article, it will show me all of these articles that are having to do with the same topic, or I can go to the balanced search and type in mandatory voting, and when I do that, it'll bring up these articles. One of them's from the left, two of them are from the left, one of them's from the right, or I can go down here and I can see a long list of articles from left, right, or center. So you can do a balanced search, find out some information. Don't just be a dummy and look at one side of the story or the other, but you can actually find a variety of information that will give you a thoughtful, considerate opinion. I hope that that was helpful. If there's anything else that you need, please come and ask me in the library. I will tell you that you can also look at lclibrary.life and go to the tab that says instructional videos. We have some videos on how to narrow your search, what you should be thinking during the early stages of the research process, or more useful to you probably is how to format your paper and your works cited in MLA format. Thanks. Bye.